A man has been charged after the remains of 37 dogs were found at a rescue centre in Billericay in Essex. Residents say they're shocked at the discovery.
The whole street, the smell when they opened that container was just unbelievable.
Also on the programme, residents of Peabody housing estates protest about mould and damp. The Housing Association says they're doing all they can. Plus, the call for help from Hillingdon Council, which says it can't afford the financial strain of housing asylum seekers there. And the two new Raven recruits, Henry and Poe, taking up their positions at the Tower of London. A woman and baby had to be rescued after a fire at a flat in Walthamstow. London Fire Brigade were called just after 1:30 p.m. to Colindale Road. The cause is under investigation. Up to £10 million worth of counterfeit toys have been seized from a warehouse in Southall. Trading Standards said it was the source of thousands of toys which were seized last Christmas. Leyton Orient have reached the League One playoff final after beating Stockport County on penalties last night. Orient will face either Charlton or Wickham at Wembley on the 25th of May, with a place in the Championship at stake.
A West London council says it needs more funding from the government to support asylum seekers in the borough. Hillingdon Council currently has 3,000 asylum seekers who've been placed in accommodation by the Home Office, something the council says is unsustainable. Hillingdon estimates the shortfall in funding for the last financial year was £5 million, which it says is leaving residents to foot the bill.
What we're seeing with the new Labour government is an acceleration of Home Office asylum applications, which is pushing them through the pipeline, and then they come out the other end and they become the responsibility of Hillingdon. So since the general election, we've seen an acceleration in that process, which has increased the burden, hence why we are absolutely lobbying as hard as we can for fair funding for asylum applications for the Hillingdon taxpayer.
Well, BBC London has approached the Home Office for a comment. In other news, police in Essex have found the remains of 37 dogs at an address in Billericay. 20 other dogs were also seized and are now being cared for. The RSPCA and Basildon Council took part in a raid following numerous reports from concerned residents and dog owners. 2 men have been arrested on suspicion of fraud and failing to prevent unnecessary suffering to animals. Gatwick Airport has signed a new energy contract in an attempt to reduce the airport's greenhouse gas emissions. The project will see heat pumps and heat infrastructure installed in 50 airport buildings. The £250 million decarbonisation scheme aims to reach net zero emissions by 2030.